So here at the Big Ball Vlogs channel, we usually go for the best bang for the buck. But when it comes to my toys and like EDC stuff, sometimes I go off script. So how's it going, everybody? And welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Big Ball Vlogs, and today I wanted to talk about something I've been talking about maybe for the last couple of weeks. I actually did a short on it. If you didn't see the short, I don't know if you can kind of track it down, but go look through my videos. You'll probably find the short. But backstory. I lost my EDC flashlight. And if you're not familiar with the term EDC, it stands for everyday carry. There are some things that I regularly never leave the house without. I think I leave the house without my wallet more than I leave the house with these things. Number one, a pen. You always need a good pen. Number two, a knife. If you catch me without a knife, you caught me lacking. Number three is a pew-pew. And number four, regularly, if I ain't got it in my pocket, it's somewhere near me, that is an EDC flashlight. So I lost my EDC flashlight, and like I said, the channel is usually built around finding the best bang for the buck, and I did. Actually, I went out, and I know a lot of you guys, I got a lot of feedback from when I posted my Temu haul. And a lot of you guys are like, Temu's a fraud, they're scammers, you shouldn't buy from them. Well, I've been buying from them, and I've been getting stuff from them regularly, so I have not had that experience with them being scammers, but I picked up a couple of these. And these were about $8. I think they were like $8. I'll leave a link in the description below if you're interested in them. I really did like these. Got this cool little form factor. I like that little flat form factor. I like the fact that it's got two LEDs in the front. It's adjustable. And it also has this little security feature on the side. Not a security feature, but this little safety feature. So if you happen to be stuck on the side of the road at night and you need to change your tire out, you could turn that on, and it actually has a magnetic base on it. So you can stick it to the hood of your car, or stick it somewhere where you know it's going to be seen. And the cool thing about it, it's only costs $8. So for $8, I bought two of them because if I lose them, which I regularly do lose some of my EDC stuff, I wasn't going to be crying over an $8 flashlight. But you know how Google works. Google works that when you look up anything, it tracks what you want and it tracks what you're looking for. And it just starts throwing stuff in your face that you might be interested in. And it took me to Amazon, and Amazon had this brand of flashlight. The more that I was on Amazon, I realized that Amazon seems to be almost pushing this Rovyvon, I think that's how you pronounce it, this Rovyvon brand of flashlight. And to be honest with you, for what's in this box, these things can get pretty expensive. So I didn't go with the most expensive one, of course. I'm going to still try to stick with the channel, but for the cost of this, I think I made it pay like a little less than $30, around $30 for it. I thought this was a pretty heavy investment, but I kind of weighed it out, and I thought, what am I going to get for that $30? And that's what the purpose of this video is. This is going to give you a little bit of, overview of what you might get for the Angel Eye E1 flashlight. And then if you go back to Amazon and look, you can find flashlights that have features and prices that will satisfy your wildest imaginations. But again, we got a $30 flashlight here. I wanted to get into the box, take a look at it, tell you what I'm going to get, and give you my impressions of the Rovyvon flashlight. So first off, came to me directly from Amazon in a box, but this is actually the shipping package. I'm only assuming that if you were to buy this online, anywhere, you're going to get it in this type of box, because all it had was this little barcode sticker on the back. Didn't come in any additional packaging, but everything you need is inside this little green carrying case right here. Once you get into the carrying case, you're introduced to a very nice, and I just dropped one of their little business cards, or little promotion cards, I guess, on the inside. You're introduced to a very nice looking flashlight system there. And I gotta admit, one of the things that attracted me to this flashlight was the fact that it looked super, super cool. So if you're not familiar with the channel is about deals, but I'm also the type of guy that likes to buy gadgetry and stuff that, you know, kind of catches my attention, and I thought it was cool. So I'll bring that deal to you. And this caught my attention. So what I get is this cool little flashlight inside this box. I'm gonna pull that out. I'm gonna put that to the side for a second, because we're gonna go through the rest of the box and see what's in there. Inside the box, you get another image of what that flashlight looks like. I'm sorry about the focus there. But beyond that, if you go underneath this card here, you're going to get an accessory package. And in that accessory package, you're going to get these three accessories. One is what we call it, a brim clip. So you're able to clip that onto the flashlight and clip that to the brim of your hat, which I thought was pretty cool. And the other two are pretty much keyring accessories, which you can attach this to your keys. What I wasn't expecting to find was an instruction manual. And that's where things took a little twist, because for me personally, not only do I like a deal, I like simple. I like simplified. I like the ability to take a microphone, plug it in, and have it work without messing with settings. I like the fact that I can take my camera, and even though I might have some pretty expensive cameras or some cameras with some pretty cool features, I can just hit record and get the image quality that I want. And I didn't expect to get an instruction manual with this much details for a flashlight. So before we get into the flashlight itself, let's just take a look at some of the features that this flashlight is actually capable of. So first off, this flashlight, as you saw when I was taking out the package, has 2 buttons on the front. And those 2 buttons are used to pretty much control all of the different settings in the flashlight. Yes, this flashlight has multiple settings. First off, you've got 2 buttons on front. Let's see if I can get that a little bit closer. First button. First button is capable of doing a couple of things. It is capable of, if you click it twice, turning this flashlight on to a preset lighting brightness. You have 3 different lighting brightnesses. You have moon mode, you have bright, and you have super bright, right? So if I click through this, once I've turned it on, I double clicked it. If I cycle through that, as you can see, the brightness will increase with every click of that first button. If I hold that, it will turn that off. If I do 3 clicks on that first button, that is now going to lock out this flashlight. So if I got this jingling around in my pocket and it's hitting these buttons, it is not going to turn the flashlight on. This is the momentary button. So if I do this, it is going to light up as long as I depress that second button. And if I double press that second button, if I'm not mistaken, rapid presses, I'm going to get a strobe feature, which can be used for emergency situations. Very bright, by the way. And now I want to hold that and turn that off. Some of the other features are, if you see right here on front, this flashlight has 2 LEDs here. One of those LEDs says LiPo, the other one says AAA. This flashlight has 2 different power supply sources. So I'm gonna flip that back like that. And as you can see, there's a AAA battery in there. And there's also a built-in LiPo. In a zombie apocalypse type scenario, I don't think I would want a flashlight that required to be charged, because if for some reason the battery dies, I'm not going to recharge it fast enough for me to be able to use it. And I might not be able to have the power or find the power to recharge it. I like the fact that it has dual features. And I like the fact that it is also water resistant. $8 flashlight is not water resistant. So if I drop that in a puddle, it's probably going to be dead after a couple of minutes, if not a couple of seconds. This one, water resistant. And it is a very, very, very nice looking unit. I mean, I love it. I like it. And it is bright enough to blind too. So I am now sitting in front of my ring light here, which is pretty bright. And if I turn this on and face it in my direction, it literally takes out my vision. So using this in a self-defense scenario, this might be bright enough to kind of distract or stun your attacker. So another purpose for an EDC flashlight, by the way. This is the $30 flashlight. These, depending on the material that the flashlight is made from, because this was made from a high resistant ABS polymer. There are some that have a titanium case on it. And I used to be into high-end knives that had titanium handles and exotic metals. This seems to be the brand that carries, like I said, whatever your imagination wants when it comes to the material made from this flashlight, and also different configurations. So while I got the one with 2 buttons on it, because of looking through it, comparing this to a more current model with, I believe, the same amount of lumens, this one's a little bit less expensive. And I didn't really feel like I needed the titanium version. Now, if you did choose to go get the titanium version, you're going to be looking at about $110, if I'm not mistaken. But in that situation, you got a titanium flashlight that I believe this little piece right here could be considered maybe, or even used as a window breaker, or, you know, whatever else you might want to break with it. You got it in your hand, you know, stuff like that. Probably a decent investment for somebody who's looking for it for maybe self-defense features or purposes. But for me, I just wanted something that's going to light up the darkness when I need it. So before we get out of here, I do want to get into this case real quick and kind of take a look at the accessory package that comes with it. Because again, one of the other cool features I thought about this, because I'm also an avid fisherman. Yes, I do fish. I was kind of impressed by the fact that this came with this little brim clip here. And I almost thought that, let's see if I can get it done. I almost thought that that would be, you know, pretty cool if you could probably get another accessory that would hold this as maybe like a Picatinny rail holder, so you can attach it to things. You know what I'm talking about when I talk about things. But yeah, once you get that brim attachment on there, now you can put that on your ball cap brim, and it's gonna point the light where you're looking. If you're fishing, frees up both of your hands. So I really did actually almost think about sending this back, because even for, you know, the cost, $30, it just seemed like something I would probably lose and be upset about the fact that I lost a $30 flashlight. But I do like it. I like it a lot. And that's why I thought I would tell you about it, because I almost thought about not shooting this video. So with that said, hopefully this video didn't suck. And hopefully you guys out there who challenged my test in my short got a little bit more information about the flashlight other than the brightness, and comparing it to the other flashlights' brightness, which I didn't want to do in this video because it's just a waste of time. Both of these flashlights on their own are super bright, but you know, what I wanted to prove in that video was something this big was at least as bright as or brighter than this little cheap flashlight here, and I think I proved that, but some of you may disagree. So with that said, I'm gonna let you go. Let you get back to the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I'll talk to you later. Peace.